Well, howdy there, partners. Mosey on over and join us for Bible Stories by the Campfire.
Welcome back. You ever feel like rules just get in the way of having fun? Well, we all do sometime. But you know what? Rules are there to help us out. They're to make sure that everyone gets along. You know, God gave the Israelites some very special rules too. And that's what we're talking about today. You see, Moses had been leading the Israelites through the desert for 2 months. And God had done some pretty amazing things for them so far. Like he gave them water from a rock, or bread from the sky. But there was more to come. Eventually, they all arrived at a place called Mount Sinai. And there, God told Moses to have the people get ready, because God was going to come and visit them. He was going to come down onto the mountain and speak to Moses so that everyone would be able to hear him. This was amazing. Now, Moses had spoken with God many times before, but the Israelites had never heard directly from God. Moses took the next 3 days and got the people ready. He told them that God was coming and that they needed to wash their clothes. Moses also marked a boundary all around the mountain so that no one was allowed to cross except him. Then, on the morning of the 3rd day, it happened. Thunder roared and lightning flashed in the sky. A huge, dense cloud came down and sat on top of a mountain, and there was a long, loud blast from a horn. All of the people trembled as Moses led them from the camp up to the mountain, and the people saw the mountain covered in a cloud, and it shook violently. God was showing the Israelites his power. He was showing them that Moses was his servant and the people should follow him. Then God gave the people his 10 commandments. These were very important rules that God gave to them. Here's what they were. First, he said we shouldn't have any other gods except for him. This means that God is the only one we should love and worship. Second, we aren't supposed to build any idols. This means we should not make something and then treat it as God. Third, we shouldn't misuse the name of God. Now this means when we're talking, we should take God seriously and not talk bad about him or use his name to mean something bad. Fourth, we should remember the Sabbath day. This means we should have 1 day each week where we don't work, but instead we rest and focus on God. We can accomplish this by coming to church each week and worshiping him. Fifth, we must honor our fathers and mothers. That means we need to obey them, but it also means we shouldn't talk bad about them or be disrespectful. Our parents are a gift from God. Sixth, we must not murder. Life is very special, and it comes from God. 7, God said not to commit adultery. He was talking about a promise that a husband and wife make to each other. If they break that promise, then they've committed adultery. God doesn't want us to break our promises, and we shouldn't make other people break their promises either. 8, we must not steal. If something doesn't belong to us, we aren't supposed to take it. 9, we aren't supposed to lie about other people. We shouldn't lie at all. Instead, God wants us to tell the truth. And 10, we shouldn't covet what other people have. To covet means to want to take something that belongs to someone else. God gave 10 very important rules to the Israelites, and he knew that if they followed them, they would have the best life possible. The first 4 commandments are how we should show love to God, and the last 6 are how we should show love to other people. Ultimately, that's what the commandments are all about, loving God and loving other people. Now, why don't one of y'all bring some chocolate bars next time? We'll have ourselves some s'mores.
Thank you for joining us for Bible Stories by the Campfire. Y'all come back now, you hear?